This is RadioOnFire.com giving you more talk, more news, and more music. I go by the name of Diamond K. Thank you for joining me. Now, bail was set at $1 million for a Baltimore City police officer charged with attempted first-degree murder of a burglary suspect. Now, a Baltimore City police officer in a lot of trouble. Some of the charges: attempted first and second degree murder for shooting a critically injured burglary suspect back in December of 2014. He was in court Thursday for his bail hearing. Now, the bail was set at $1 million for the 14-year-old veteran Wesley Cagle. Now, he must surrender his weapons and stay away from the victim. Here's another black eye in the face of Baltimore City Police. We definitely want to get this thing together. Now, for the second time since taking office in January, the city's state's attorney, Marilyn Mosby, has brought charges against another member of the police force. But I don't want you to think that she's targeting police officers. As I've said in past shows, she comes from a long line of police officers, but she has charged herself with cleaning up the police force when it comes across her desk, and I definitely have to commend her for that. She was joined in a news conference by the interim police commissioner, Kevin Davis, to announce the charges. Now, going back to the original incident, which took place in the 3000 block of East Monument Street, when Cagle and three other officers responded to a burglary inside of a grocery store. Now, for people that are outside of the city, this is located in East Baltimore. Now, Mosby said that the 46-year-old suspect, his name is Michael Johansson, came out of the building holding something shiny and was shot by two other police officers. Now, of course, you know how this story goes. Holding something shiny could have been a phone, could have been a sandwich wrapped in aluminum foil. It could have been anything, but he was shot, and evidently they didn't know what it was. Mosby said that this part of this shooting was justified. He was coming out of a building. They didn't know what he had. Now, she said it was justified. And, I guess you can take that for what it's worth. In the charge documents, Mosby said that Johansson was lying on the ground. Now, let's keep in mind, this is after he was shot by two of the police officers. Now, Officer Cagle approached the suspect and stood over top of him. Now, when you think about this can get really ugly really quickly, at which time Johansson stated, "What did you shoot me with?" And I guess, was he thinking maybe he was shot with a taser? I don't know what, it was a weird question for him to ask. But Cagle replied that, "No, you were shot with a .40 caliber, you piece of shit." Now, this is direct words from the officer to the suspect. Cagle then shot him in the groin. Mosby said that the detectives later determined that Johansson had no weapon, and she stated that her office promises to be transparent in any police brutality investigation. As I said, the officer is a 14-year-old veteran of the police department here in Baltimore. Initially, he was placed on a routine administrative leave back in December. In January, his powers, police powers that is, were suspended. And after these charges, he has been suspended without pay. And if you're wondering about the burglary suspect, he was charged with second and fourth degree burglary of theft and burglary and theft, rather, of less than $1,000. He is awaiting a trial. I mean, we really have to wait and see what happens. The bail is all fine and nice. I want to see the results of this and what comes of it. Let me know your thoughts. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Diamond K Show. And as always, radioonfire.com. Giving you more talk, more news, and more music. You can check me out live Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m., radioonfire.com. Make sure you cash your nominations for the 5th Annual Baltimore Music Awards. Let your voice be heard, Baltimore, in 13 categories. You decide the winners for this red carpet event. Visit BaltimoreMusicAwards.com and cast your vote before September the 19th. All right? And thank you for listening, logging on, and tuning in. I will see you guys next time.